Hey everybody! This year's edition of the best chases so far, so enjoy watching and I look forward to your support. On February 21st, 2024, I was on patrol in a fully marked Florida Highway Patrol vehicle within Escalante County. While in Escalante County, I was stationary at mile marker 1 on Interstate 10. I was facing south observing westbound traffic as it approached me. While observing traffic, I heard radio traffic from other criminal interdiction units about a vehicle fleeing the area of State Road 29 near Interstate 10. Trooper Rivera and I made the median in an attempt to assist with the vehicle pursuit. As I was traveling east on Interstate 10, I overheard the suspect had eventually entered Interstate 10, traveling east toward my position.
Northbound Halifax. Coming across the airport. Now, as you give out the updates, you blocked down the radio to repeat it. Northbound Halifax, just across the airport, the second unit, that was obviously him right there. He's coming up on...
I observed the vehicle and activated my emergency lights and sirens. The vehicle exited at mile marker 5, entering 9 Mile Road, northbound and actively fleeing. The vehicle made a left turn onto Pinecone Drive, traveling in excess of 100 miles per hour.
I'll give out the update.
It then made a left turn onto 297A, traveling head-on with traffic. The vehicle made a right turn on a Muskogee Road and traveled northbound on US 29 in the southbound lanes. The suspect vehicle made a U-turn on US 29 to travel southbound in the southbound lanes. The suspect vehicle made another U-turn in a paved median to travel northbound in the northbound lanes of US 29. The vehicle accelerated in excess of 100 miles per hour in and out of traffic. The suspect vehicle made a right turn onto Quintet Road until crossing US 29 onto Highway 97 westbound. We began to travel at high speeds again on Molina Road. I attempted to conduct a PIT on the suspect vehicle.
We're taking that left turn on the Sunshine Hill Road. Left turn Sunshine Hill Road. So directly after that right curve. Sunshine Hill Road. There's literally, they're just coming up on Molina. Just coming up on Molina. And he's making the right turn on Molina. Right turn Molina westbound. 482.
My front right of my patrol vehicle made contact with the left rear of the suspect vehicle. During the pursuit, I identified the vehicle as an Audi sedan bearing Wisconsin license plates. After making contact with the vehicle, I was able to successfully pit the vehicle into the ditch. At that point, the vehicle began to overturn multiple times through a ditch, coming to a final rest upright.
Sorry. Well, I understand what I pulled over for main cops. I just wasn't thinking at all. Obviously.
Trooper Davis and I were able to successfully apprehend the suspect after he exited the vehicle. The sole occupant of the vehicle was the registered owner.
All the damage come on the front of your vehicle, though. When you come by me, before this crash took place, there was a bunch of damage on the front of your vehicle. No. Yeah. No, I promise you. I promise you, there was. No. On the front.
During the course of the investigation, it was determined the suspect vehicle committed 2 hit-and-run collisions. I, Trooper Juan Rosado, was on marked uniform patrol with the Florida Highway Patrol in Lee County. While on patrol, I was traveling west on Palm Beach Boulevard, east of Marsh Avenue, when I observed a green Nissan Armada bearing Florida tags, traveling ahead of me. As I continued to follow behind the vehicle, I observed the vehicle continually swerve in its lane, jerking back from the left to the right. When I ran the tag, it was not registered to a Nissan, but instead to a black 1994 Land Rover.
Delta Victor 0802 Papa. I tried to pit unsuccessful. We're still going eastbound, about 50 miles an hour.
The vehicle drove onto the sidewalk, making a right onto SR 80, and continued to travel west. I attempted to perform a pit maneuver on the vehicle with no success. We continued west, approaching the intersection of SR 80 and Veronica S. Shoemaker Boulevard. The vehicle again drove onto the sidewalk and attempted to pass stopped traffic between a vehicle and a traffic sign.
Still going southbound.
What's going on? A query of Rodriguez, who is the suspect, through dispatch, and David showed that Rodriguez has a revoked driver's license indefinitely as of May 2nd, 2016, where he was also labeled as a habitual traffic offender. Rodriguez also has 3 prior convictions for operating a motor vehicle while driver license is suspended, revoked, canceled, disqualified, and has a prior arrest for failing to elude. On February 7th, 2024, at approximately 11:30 a.m., I was notified by West Memphis Police Department Lieutenant Jason Kennedy of a stolen vehicle traveling north on Walker Street in the city of West Memphis. West Memphis officers in marked patrol cars were attempting to stop the Chevrolet Equinox, confirmed stolen from Rogers, Arkansas. The Equinox failed to stop and began to flee from the West Memphis officers. Several individuals in it. The Equinox merged onto Interstate 55 southbound with no regard for the safety of others traveling on the roadway. The Equinox attempted to pass a truck using the right shoulder.
Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands!
The Equinox lost control as it passed the truck and struck the concrete barrier wall on the right shoulder of the roadway. The Equinox traveled across both lanes of Interstate 55 and came to a stop in the left lane.
We got a cage.
The 4 occupants of the Equinox were taken into custody without further incident. Officer Connor Vrooman joined the chase as the suspect attempted to flee through the snow-covered fields. From this angle, though, it all looks like a desert chase.
Going back north. Hey, be careful running up on the left side. Be careful, bro. He's going to the, I believe the River Live Church, northbound. Okay, I'm taking over. Stand by. Alright, move forward. I'm about to take time here. Stand by.
Coming up to the church now. Paper.
The suspect, Noid, then continued through the field and into the parking lot of a local church, which was partially covered with snow and slush.
18, you say he's on payment?
We're in the snow field going back towards the freeway.
Going for a fence, trying to get on the hill.
Noid then proceeded towards the freeway. Upon coming up to another fence line, Noid drove the vehicle through it. Once Noid got past this fence, he began to travel north on the freeway from approximately the 48-mile mark.
We're just now coming out of the trailer park.
Almost so bad. Pretty good way out.
I did not go through the fence line due to a strand of barbed wire hanging horizontally. I made my way through the local campground until I got back onto Arkansas Highway 385. While I was doing this, other White County deputies were able to get behind Noid while on the freeway and provide me with updates. At this time, I began to maneuver my patrol vehicle into the right lane and prepare for a TBI. After we negotiated a left curve, I moved on to the right side of the vehicle in which Noid was driving. I placed my front left bumper area of my patrol vehicle into the suspect's vehicle rear right bumper area and conducted a successful TBI maneuver.
TBI 63 north TBI. He's in the roadside deal.
The vehicle spun clockwise off the front bumper area of my patrol vehicle and left the roadway to the right. The vehicle continued to spin until it struck another fence line. The suspect vehicle got stuck in the fence line and came to a final rest, facing north near Ridgeview Road. Both suspects declined medical attention and had no visible injuries at the time. It all started when a police officer patrolling the area noticed a pickup truck driving erratically on the road, swerving, constantly crossing the dividing line, and speeding up and slowing down. As soon as the special signals were activated, the pickup began to attempt its flee.
Correction on terrace. I'll have Adam 15 with him. Adam 15, go ahead and get up here. Adam 15, go ahead and take it.
Since the officer with the camera is not certified to perform a pit maneuver, and the car is not equipped with a push bumper, he let another officer in a Dodge Charger pass in front of him.
Adam 15's got it, I'm in behind him. 45 mile an hour, just turn back left on green.
Since the road was empty and the pickup truck was heading towards town at a high speed, the decision was made to stop it at all costs before it made a mess of the town.
Back on the roadway, back on the roadway. He just rolled it. He just rolled it. He's rammed him. Show me your fucking head.
And then events went wrong. As the exhaust of the Charger due to the chase was heated to hundreds of degrees, while the police were engaged in detaining the suspects, the dry grass under the car began to burn. Of course, a regular fire extinguisher won't help. The cop pulled out what he could. Both cars were on fire. Nobody was hurt. On November 30th, 2023, I was notified the Roland Police Department from Oklahoma was in pursuit of a maroon Ford F-150 truck east on Interstate 40 almost to Arkansas. I was informed that the driver fled from the police after being contacted for suspicious behavior and they could smell the odor of burnt marijuana in the vehicle. Roland police chased the truck until they encountered heavy rain at the Arkansas state line.
Which direction on access?
At that time, I confirmed that the license plate was the same as I had been given. The truck continued to roll slowly as I activated my siren at that point. I then accelerated my unit and began to push his truck with the front bumper of my unit when he was at an angle. This allowed me to shove the truck into a guardrail about 25 to 30 feet from the rear doors of the building. The driver was identified as Ricky Walters and was transported for me by Van Buren police to their station.
Ain't even got 2,000 miles on it. Damn. Oh well. 4 scars.
Once at jail, Walters was searched by the intake deputy and a glass smoking device was found in his sleeve which had a crystal substance in it. Deputies spotted the stolen Kia sedan near 60th Street Southeast and Kalamazoo Avenue Southeast at 9 p.m. Monday, and a chase ensued, according to Kent County Sheriff's Office. However, the pursuit quickly ended due to traffic conditions at the time. At 1:15 a.m. Tuesday, another deputy spotted the stolen Kia near Woodfield Drive Southeast, resulting in a second chase. The driver fled down 60th Street and ran over spike strips before turning south on Division Avenue. They then drove behind and around a business before stopping on Regal Avenue.
Behind Grand Motel here. Going off-road. Behind Grand Motel, heading back out towards Sonata. Copy behind Grand Hotel, going back towards Sonata. And they ran into a fence, so we're going to be going back out on Division. Copy, ran into a fence, back towards Division. 15 miles an hour, still eastbound.
Canine, I give some announcements over the PA for the canine. Got lots of sparks coming from the vehicle.
Copy, lots of sparks, K9 announced.
5 teenagers ranging in the age of 15 to 17 years old were taken into custody as a result of the chase, according to the Sheriff's Office. The KCSO has continued to report a significant uptick in stolen cars over the past few years. Dangerous driving, stolen vehicles used in additional crimes, and the young age of the individuals involved are common factors. On July 9th, a Pleasant Prairie police officer driving on East Frontage Road saw a red Mazda in one of the left turn lanes travel through the intersection but not make the left turn, violating the sign and deviating from its lane, according to the criminal complaint. The officer activated his squad car lights, and the red Mazda did not immediately pull over. The officer then activated his sirens, but the vehicle traveled for another 50 yards before coming to a complete stop. After the police officer got out of the car, the Mazda began to drive away. That's when the chase began.
You know, Highway 45 is going to be next. Speeds are 100, light traffic. medium traffic, speeds are 90, traffic yielding to me.
He's forwarded 209. I just hopped on KFC's camera. We got units heading your way.
1040, I'm still good. 29 speeds are 110, no traffic. Road conditions are good. 29 coming up to MB. I'm slowing down just because of the roundabout. She's going about 90 into it.
It didn't make it into the video, but the spikes were used, which unfortunately only punctured the rear tire.
372, I got.
29 PD, we're still going through MB. Speeds are only 60.
A 35-year-old Zion, Illinois woman faces felony charges after allegedly fleeing from a Pleasant Prairie police officer at very high speeds.
Yeah, I'm heading out that way.
Jalisha M. Ware is charged in Kenosha County Circuit Court with operating a vehicle to flee or elude an officer and first-degree recklessly endangered safety. Ware, who remains in custody on a $20,000 cash bond, is set to appear in court next week for a bond hearing.
4032 priority.
The incident happened at 3:15 a.m. when deputies patrolling the area of 60th Street near Kalamazoo Avenue saw 3 cars, 2 Kia SUVs and 1 Kia sedan, matching the descriptions of cars recently stolen enter Crossing's apartments at high speeds, deputies said.
Towards the Ridge Brook exit. 10-3, there's 4 vehicles. 4 vehicles.
A perimeter was set up around the complex, but as Kent County Sheriff Sergeant found the 3 cars in the parking lot, a 4th car sped past him, starting the chase.
Successful spikes on 3 of the 4.
Spike strips were deployed just down the road and hit 3 of the 4 cars, but the drivers kept driving, splitting up in the process. I don't think you've ever seen all 4 cars being chased hit the spikes. The location was perfect.
East Ridge Brook. Pointing towards AutoZone.
1 towards AutoZone.
And up over the curb towards Rite Aid. He's eastbound and the westbound on 60.
1 car was pursued as it drove down Kalamazoo Avenue, but the driver lost control of the car, crashing it near 28th Street. 2 teens, aged 14 and 15 years old, got out of the car, were evaluated by medical personnel, and were arrested. The 2 other cars, which were found abandoned, were recovered by Kentwood and Grand Rapids police departments. A white Ford Fusion is still missing and is potentially stolen. The chase happened on June 15th around 4 a.m. Officers in the area of Stevens and Hayes located a stolen vehicle and initiated a stop. The driver of the 2015 Chrysler 300 decided to flee the scene of the traffic stop immediately after the 2 officers got out of the car.
Windows down! Windows down!
He's taking off, Nick.
Copy, taking off.
Charlie 21's primary will be calling it. Middle lane. Okay.
Warren police began to pursue the vehicle, which included 2 additional passengers. The chase continued through Warren into Detroit, and then onto I-75, where the suspects exited onto Jefferson Avenue.
Westbound 94.
Westbound 94. Notify Detroit and State Police.
The vehicle suddenly stopped in the area of I-94 near Kelly and Harper Woods. The suspects exited the vehicle and fled on foot in different directions, according to the police. Shortly after that, all 3 suspects were located and arrested after the incident. Police found a handgun, ammunition, and a large quantity of narcotic pills inside the vehicle. The 3 suspects are currently being held at the Warren Police Department jail, and arraignments are scheduled for June 16th at the 37th District Court.
Stand up.
On December 21st, troopers saw a BMW being driven recklessly, traveling more than 145 miles per hour on northbound interstate in Fort Myers. The driver reportedly left the interstate at SR 82 and continued attempting to evade police officers. The video shows the driver, who was later identified as Cecilia Elise Hoffman, opening the driver's side of the car before taking a run for it. The passenger in the car with Hoffman can be seen with his hands up as he gets out of the car, surrendering to the troopers. Hoffman was placed under arrest for DUI, fleeing and eluding law enforcement, resisting without violence, and reckless driving. On February 23, 2024, at approximately 8:52 p.m., Trooper Walker, was traveling eastbound on Highway 412 near Sonora Road. While traveling eastbound, I conducted a computer check on the license plate of a blue GMC Terrain. It showed to be expired in April of 2023.
Terrain. Show me 1037, we're southbound on Sonora Road. He's 8 miles an hour.
The driver conducted a right turn onto Sonora Road from Highway 412, traveling southbound. I activated my emergency lights to conduct a traffic stop on the vehicle. Once my emergency lights were activated, the suspect vehicle immediately began to flee. I notified dispatch I was in pursuit. While traveling southbound on Sonora Road, the suspect vehicle reaches speeds over 80 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone.
Which way we going to say? Speed road.
Wrecked out right here.
The vehicle continued to travel southbound on Sonora Road, which eventually turned into Haberton Road. Corporal Elkins was sitting at the intersection of Haberton Road and Sonora Road. Corporal Elkins began to call the pursuit. Shortly after Corporal Elkins became secondary in the pursuit, the suspect began to negotiate a left-hand curve but ran off the roadway to the right. Once the vehicle left the roadway, the vehicle collided with a tree and turned over onto the passenger side of the vehicle. With the vehicle rolling over, it caused all occupants to be trapped inside the vehicle. First out of the car was a 4-year-old child who was not in a child seat. All occupants were cleared by medical staff on scene of the crash. A child seat was located inside the vehicle, but it was not properly secured inside the vehicle.
Everybody else in the car is saying that you're driving. So right now, you're shit out of luck, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to attorney if you can't afford an attorney will be appointed to you at no cost to you. Do you understand your rights? Yeah, you shouldn't be in this position anyways. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not out here to have fun with you. You want to argue at court. I'm not going to argue with you out here. I'm telling you what you're under arrest for. Do you understand?
On February 23, 2024, at approximately 1 a.m., Troop A Communications broadcasted a request for assistance from North Little Rock PD in a pursuit. I, Trooper Jackson Shoemate, had just finished a traffic stop at I-30 East before I-530 South. We were informed that North Little Rock PD had passed I-30 West at Roosevelt Road. I observed North Little Rock PD in pursuit on the other side of the interstate and used the South Interchange turnaround to assist. I was able to catch up to the suspect vehicle, a blue Chevrolet Malibu bearing Arkansas license plates, at I-30 West at Geyer Springs Road. The suspect vehicle took the Geyer Springs Road exit, and I was able to perform a TVI on the exit ramp. A felony takedown was performed on the driver and the vehicle. Jerry Irving was placed in North Little Rock PD's custody without further incident. It all started when, while patrolling on an area, a police officer noticed a GMC Yukon that was traveling significantly slower than the flow of traffic. After checking the license plate on the computer, it turned out that the plate did not belong to the vehicle. The vehicle did not respond to the lights, and after turning on the audible lights, the vehicle attempted to flee.
630 West, 6B, Arkansas 079, Zebra Sam King, 07.
Before the GMC made it to the city streets, the decision was made to stop it at all costs, and so began the attempted pit maneuver.
Patent place. That is right here. Wrong record. Patent place. Byron Drive, coming back to John Bear. TBI John Bear on 630. He's getting back on the road. John Barrow coming over 630 now.
In one attempt, the police officer's bumper caught on the suspect's car, and the Charger's brakes were not strong enough to stop the GMC. Realizing that this was not going to work, the cop unhooks himself from the suspect and almost immediately makes another attempt.
I'm not even gonna come up with flip under it.
630 West, another TBI.
Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Stay right there!
This time, it was successful, and the suspects were apprehended.
My knee hurt, bro. Oh, I tell you, my knee hurt. If y'all move the car, I can get on.
Keep getting your butt back that way.
On February 22nd, 2024, at 2017 hours, I, Trooper Weatherly, attempted to conduct a traffic stop on a black 2006 Ford Explorer. I was traveling west on Interstate 40 near the 152A exit in the number 1 lane. This vehicle was traveling in the number 2 lane beside me. I observed the driver was a younger black male with short hair leaning over the steering wheel, not wearing a seatbelt.
TBI.
The subject ran up a hill on the left side of the roadway into a thicket. I cleared the vehicle and chased the suspect up the hill. I was unable to determine which direction the suspect went when I got to the base of the hill. Additional officers responded to the area and established a perimeter. A search of the area was conducted, but was unsuccessful in locating the suspect. This video begins when a police officer was called to assist in stopping a Chevrolet Tahoe that was already being chased. The reasons for the chase are unknown, but by the time the police officer with the camera reached the chase, the Tahoe was already driving with a flat tire.
Nine Hot Springs, I'm in the lead on McHenry Street. Speeds are 45. TBI.
The first attempted stop was unsuccessful. The suspect turned around and the chase continued.
9 Hot Springs he got out of it. We're continuing on Sullenberger.
The second time, they decided not to let him out anymore and trapped him on both sides. But the chase did not end there. The suspect decided to try to escape. At the same time, the amount of tire smoke made it impossible to see what was inside and whether the driver would arm himself or not.
I need somebody to get up there. I can't go anywhere right here. He's gonna get out.
Police officers made the decision to unlock the Chevrolet only after the car had already started to burn.
Right there! You right there! You've been murdering people in this town! You've been murdering people in this town! Come on, let's just blow up in it, please! Let me blow up!
No. I can't see, so.
Damn. You okay?
Yeah.
On Tuesday, June 13th, 2023, at approximately 8:28 a.m., I, Trooper Blaine Middlecoff, was patrolling westbound on State Highway 18 towards Leachville. As I was approaching Razorback Concrete, I observed an SUV approaching from the west at a high rate of speed. I activated my front-facing radar and received a reading of 76 miles per hour in a 60 mile per hour zone. I then turned around on the vehicle and attempted to initiate a traffic stop. After activating my emergency lights, the suspect vehicle increased its speed to approximately 85 miles per hour. As we entered Manila city limits, I activated my emergency sirens in an attempt to stop the fleeing suspect. The suspect then increased his speed to over 100 miles per hour. After exiting Manila and passing State Highway 77, I made the decision to perform a tactical vehicle intervention before the suspect could hurt someone. I then approached the suspect's rear bumper and observed him throw out what appeared to be a plastic baggie, commonly used to contain narcotics, which hit my windshield. It was at this time I was able to successfully perform a TBI on the fleeing suspect.
Which part of your leg's hurting?
By my ankle.
By your ankle?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else in the car, bub?
No, sir.
No. How much weed you throw out? A couple grams?
Yes, sir.
Where are you from? Okay. What, they take you to jail on a little bit of weed in 40 or something?
Yes, sir. Arkansas has.
Arkansas has? What, Jonesboro?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, state police don't operate that way. So now you're catching a felony.
I was able to locate suspected marijuana and a grinder under the driver's seat of the suspect vehicle. DTF Sergeant Jeremy Sharp located a meth pipe in a backpack which had landed under the vehicle. Proctor was transported to Great River Medical Center to receive treatment and was later transported to the Mississippi County Sheriff's Office after being released from the hospital. I proceeded to the 216 westbound entrance ramp on Interstate 40 and waited on the vehicle at my location. At this time, dispatch notified me that the vehicle was approaching the 216 westbound mile marker and would be a red SUV. I observed a red SUV traveling westbound at a high rate of speed, estimated to be traveling approximately 100 miles per hour. I then proceeded westbound from the entrance ramp to get a radar lock on the vehicle and stop it. However, as I entered Interstate 40, I visually observed the red SUV approximately a quarter mile ahead of me aggressively passing other cars on the shoulder of the roadway.
Westbound, 440. Traffic's kind of thick right now.
I accelerated and activated my emergency lights and audible siren to catch up and get the red SUV to stop. However, the vehicle continued to drive aggressively and pass other cars, as I wasn't gaining any distance on the red SUV. Troop A troopers ended the pursuit with the TBI maneuver around the 152-mile marker on Interstate 40.
Am I able to pit at this speed? I got a spot right here.
Yeah.
Set 10-4. Might take that. Stand by. No, we're going to stay 40 west.
Stand 40 west.
He's passing, he's going up here on the right. Stand by.
The driver, Tego Caldero, was taken into custody by the Hazen Police Department, transported to the Prairie County Jail, and will face the following charges: aggravated assault, felony fleeing, DWI drugs. I also contacted Agent McDaniel with ICE, issued a detainer on Tego Caldero, and being deported felon with an active warrant. On Tuesday, February 20th, 2024, I was patrolling the area of I-430 and Stagecoach Road when I observed a silver Toyota sedan driving northbound on I-430. After running the vehicle tags through the computer, I learned that the registered owner, Braden Crump, showed to have an active warrant on file. I activated my emergency equipment to conduct a traffic stop on the vehicle. The vehicle slowed down and passed multiple safe places to stop before stopping in the right westbound lane of Stagecoach Road.
Roll the window down.
When I exited my vehicle, I commanded the suspect to put the vehicle in park and let the window down. The suspect complied at first, but put the vehicle in drive and made a U-turn and began to flee the scene, going eastbound on Stagecoach Road. I began to pursue the vehicle in heavy traffic. The suspect showed no regard for public safety and drove recklessly, passing vehicles on the shoulder and driving into oncoming traffic in a no passing zone, reaching speeds over 95 miles per hour.
Put your hands out the window!
The vehicle continued eastbound on Stagecoach before losing control and sliding into the ditch at Stagecoach Road and Herndon Lane. A vehicle search was conducted on the vehicle and revealed a tan Glock 19 magazine with 17 rounds of 9mm, approximately 1 gram of marijuana, and $1,200 in cash. I transported Crump to Baptist Hospital for minor injuries related to the incident. On February 15th, at approximately 4:15 p.m., dispatch notified units that Springdale PD was in pursuit of a blue Hyundai Sonata. Springdale PD terminated the pursuit southbound on US 112 after exiting off of 612 westbound. I positioned myself on Sunset Avenue near the interstate looking for the vehicle shortly after the information was given out. At 4:30 p.m., while stationary, I observed a blue Hyundai Sonata approaching me from the west traveling eastbound on Sunset Avenue. The vehicle, after the light turned green, immediately made an aggressive and improper turn onto the southbound on ramp to I-49 and began fleeing before my lights and sirens were activated.
I'll take Don Tyson. Get off of Don Tyson.
The suspect fled on I-49 southbound, exceeding speeds over 100 miles per hour. He was going in and out of traffic with no regard for others or himself. He then took exit 70 toward Don Tyson Parkway. We proceeded eastbound on Don Tyson, exceeding speeds of 90 miles per hour and traveling through red lights, weaving in and out of traffic.
Stand by, we're slowing. We're gonna foot down. One passenger's out, they made contact with the vehicle.
We then proceeded southbound on Atlanta Street. Atlanta Street came to a dead end, and the suspect then attempted to turn around back toward Don Tyson Parkway.
Keep your hands up! Keep your hands up!
I performed a TVI and struck the driver's side of the vehicle, disabling the vehicle from traveling any further. A second passenger fled from the vehicle, and I was able to take into custody the driver. The driver of the vehicle was identified as Cody Bogner and was absconder with the Board of Parole. He was charged with the appropriate charges and taken to Washington County.
Yeah. Huh? No, there's only 2 people in the car, so 1, 2, 3. 3 total.
It all started when a police officer patrolling the freeway noticed a pickup truck, a Chevy Silverado, driving erratically, changing lanes chaotically, swerving lanes, and so on. It was suspected that the driver was under the influence of some sort of substance. The officer communicated the situation over the radio and attempted a traffic stop.
Hey, some people are up in Twinkle.
After the suspect made a circle around the gas station, he decided to attempt to flee and drove back onto the road. Here, 3 crews attempted to block the pickup truck.
Stop right here. 66 and up. Go, 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 go! Go!
As you can hear, behind the wheel of his car is a rookie and the officer training him.
Hit him when he makes his turn. Hit him when he makes his turn. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get him! Get him! Get him!
Looks like 30.
Not reckless, don't be reckless.
4 on, South Street.
Windshield wipers. Stops on. Clear, clear, go. Clear, clear, go. Get him, get him.
Let's hope the owner still gets those letters. The suspect was barely apprehended. After being handcuffed and led to the car, he tried to escape again.
Sit down right now. Listen. 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 Hey, okay. Sit down. I don't give a listen. Sit. Get back. Get in the car. Hey,
There was a bottle of alcohol in the cup holder in the car. Thanks for watching, and have a great week.